What'd you think? What'd you think about how that impacted things?
Oh yeah, I mean, super windy, throwing the ball downfield, especially in scramble situations in the wind, and we're launching the ball, 55 yards. That's tough to be accurate. So kudos to the guys to play through it. Challenging to catch the ball too, and we haven't really seen that, so it was good for us to see the wind and to see, if we play in a home monsoon again, I think we'll have a practice under our belt.
It's kind of like good news, bad news having 4 turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, right, we're attacking the ball, right? I think you saw some hits that were physical that I really didn't see as much last year. I think you saw some thud-ups. I think we tackled better in a live setting than we have been, so that's a positive. So we just got to take care of the football on offense, and we're going to be pretty good. But, I tell the guys all the time, it's little things, toughness, take care of the ball, the team. And today, the little things, too many penalties, and then the ball, right? Defensively, we attacked it. We're going to win a lot of games if we do that. Offensively, we're going to lose a lot. So it's, rob Peter to pay Paul.
They were great effort plays. I mean, stop at the 1, they're tackling on Tyson at the 1. What do you think about just those things?
Yeah, our kids are going to compete. I think that's going to be the identity of our team. We're not going to quit. These guys that we've signed love football. In the middle of exit interviews, and they all love it here so far, the people I've met with. And they love the team, they love the culture, they hang out with each other out of here. And when you do that, you play harder for one another. And, that was a miniature scrimmage with some fun things before. And I actually thought they had great energy, great juice. The competitive fire was there. And that's what I look to see in these settings is who doesn't want to turn it down. And we told Leaf he wasn't going, he went in. We told Jordan we didn't want him to go, he went in. We told Scat we were going to limit him, he put himself back in. And those are the guys that you win football games with, are guys that love the game of football and love contact and just everything about it.
What's important to you to get out of exit interviews?
Relationships on the team. Do you have a relationship with your coach? Do you struggle communicating with your coach, or do you feel like you can go to him for anything? Where do you see yourself on the depth chart? How would you grade yourself this spring? How do I grade you this spring? Where do I see you? What do you have to improve on the field and off the field? And those are things that we have just really, really honest conversations about. And to be honest, they all go pretty well, whether they're good intel for them, it's happy news, or it's bad news. Either way, they know that it's coming from a place that I believe. And does that mean that what I believe is right? No, I'm not always right. It's my opinion. But this program is based off of what I believe is best in my opinions. And then they got to take that opinion that I have, and they've got to, move on from there and hopefully adapt and rise up and get better.
I know you said the win was tough, but what did you think of Navi's performance when he was in there?
Oh yeah, the Novinator. You know what I mean? You got out there, and I guess this is just his home field. Navi hits this field, and he turns into the Novinator. And, he's the definition of Activate the Valley. That's a local kid who really had as much success in high school football here as possible. Maybe he didn't have the opportunities to go elsewhere, but he's been unbelievable for us. And testament to his coach in high school, testament to that staff for coaching him hard and getting him mentally to the point where he can go execute as a true freshman in college in a spring game.
Did you get everything out of the spring?
No. You'd always love more toughness. You'd always love more adversity. I wish there would have been more opportunities for me to challenge people that need to be challenged, and for people that get upset, and for me to push buttons and see them respond. Because at the end of the day, we're a better football team. I think everybody can see that. You should be a better football team in year 2. If we're not, I'm not doing my job. But the difference between winning and losing is learning how to win. And sometimes that happens in year 2, sometimes that happens in year 3. And that's all about adversity and response. And we got to get our team to that mold where we can play in a close game and come out on top. And that's the challenge, is winning close games, and that's something that Oklahoma State has done better than anybody in this league, and Utah, anybody in that we're going to play, is win close games.
What were some of the lessons you learned from last spring that you took into this spring, and you feel like you kind of improved as a head coach this spring?
Yeah, I think we monitored player loads. I think we structured it to where the guys were going to get more work. But to me, I met more with the team. Last spring, I would only meet every other day, every off day. Today, everything started with a team meeting because I want those guys to feel my energy every single day, that I'm going to bring it every day. And I think they responded to that. I think that the guys we brought in loved the game. I think that's what's awesome, is the guys here love the game. And when you coach guys who love the game, it's so fun to coach because you go out there and those guys love it. They love to be coached. And so I'm so blessed to be coaching this team.
What's the points of emphasis between now and August 1st?
One is obviously getting bigger and stronger, right? Attacking the weight room. And then challenging our guys to do more. Challenging our guys to create habits. I talk about, are your habits of today on par with the dreams of the future? And I love that quote. It's actually a quote from, I'll say Mike Norvell, nobody will give me crap, Mike Norvell, okay? But it's so true because anybody can do something one day. But to create a habit, that means you do it every day over and over and over and over again. And we've got to be able to create habits this summer that elevate us to the next level, because some teams are doing it. Some teams are creating those habits and other teams are not. So I want to see, without the staff, without the coaches, on their own, are we going to build the habits of a team that can win close games in adversity, or are we going to build the habits of a team that are going to fold? And this really shows up in player-led stuff.
You like the Friday night?
I do. I thought it was cooler. One, I liked everybody on that sideline. I thought that was nice. Yeah, I thought it was a good turnout. I thought it was a good vibe out here. What did you guys think? What did you think?
I like it better.
Okay, good. Definitely cooler, right? So I think this is something that we'll continue to trend with, and hopefully the more we win, the more people will come out here and support. But I thought it was a really good vibe by the fans, and I think there's more people here this year than last year, which shows the belief and the process. And I thought our admin did a great job with the fan interactions, with the blow-ups for kids. And, that's what this is about. If we want to make Sun Devils for life, how do you get to an Ohio State fan? His son, his daughter. If they fall in love with coming to games, right, that's what they're going to bond over. And that's something that I'm trying to harp on, our admin's trying to harp on, is how can we activate the Valley with people who have kids who need to be involved in the program.
How did you see some of these new coaches in different positions connect with their players in this spring?
Yeah, it was nice. We had exit interviews, and I make them rate their coaches 1 through 10, and I go through a whole bunch of things because that's important to me. And it was like the guys I've met with so far, like Hines Ward 10, Hines Ward 10, Hines Ward 10. I'm like, cool. He won Super Bowls. Okay, he's the MVP. He's the only active coach that won a Super Bowl MVP in the country. Okay, why? Don't just give me an answer. Why? And the answer was, we learned. He's teaching me coverages. He's teaching me what to see pre-snap. He's teaching me different ways to release. Instead of swimming, punch through. Because if you swim, you activate and you open up your rib cage. But if you punch and drive, swipe and punch, right, you don't open that up. Instead of moving your hand, right, give him an elbow, a chicken wing. All the little things that he acquired through being as successful as he's been, and a guy who doesn't have to do it, wanting to do it, so he has the passion every day, that's pretty cool.
How do you think Sam Levitt has progressed throughout the spring?
I think he's done a really good job. Obviously, today's tough. He's going with guys he hasn't usually gone with, so some routes are deeper, and it gets put on the quarterback that it doesn't look good, right, and nobody's going to know it. And like I told him, nobody's going to know it. My bad. It's my fault. Like, you take ownership. It doesn't matter if it's your fault or not. Everything is your fault at quarterback, right? Your job is to score, and you have to take extreme ownership over everything. But I couldn't be more happy with his progression. I mean, he completed over 70% of his balls in team periods this spring, which is, I don't know my history. We tracked Coach Arroyo's history, and that was the best, or one of the best he's had in his career as quarterback. So kudos to him, and we're going to keep getting better.